Alexandr Averianov. He's a head sommelier at a group of companies, which include Champagne Wine Gallery, which operates not just as an importer and distributor, but also runs a restaurant, a wine store, and a wine school. And also includes Abay and Inju restaurants at Almaty, one of the most scenic spots. For today, our three key learning objectives are: first of all, we are going to understand Champagne's import strategy and how Italian wines are positioned within their portfolio. Second, we are going to explore how Champagne engages consumers through its restaurant, store, and wine education program. And also, we are going to learn how a sommelier sells and positions Italian wines in a premium restaurant setting. So let's dive in. Welcome to Asia Wine Market Almaty Special Edition with me, your host, Roza. In this special series, we're exploring the growing wine culture of Kazakhstan, with Almaty at the heart of it all. Each episode will meet with Italian wine professionals, importers, somms, and producers who are shaping the future of wine in Central Asia. Whether you're a winery looking to expand into new markets or a local expert curious about the market dynamics, you are in the right place. Hello and welcome to Asia Wine Market Almaty Special Edition. And today I am excited to welcome Alexandr Averianov. He is a head sommelier at a group of companies, which include Champagne Wine Gallery, which operates not just as an importer and distributor, but also runs a restaurant, a wine store, and a wine school. And also includes Abay and Inju restaurants at Almaty, one of the most scenic spots. In this episode, we'll explore Champagne's important strategy, portfolio, their consumer-facing projects, and the art of selling wines in premium restaurants in Almaty. So welcome, Alexander. We're very happy to have you here today.
Hello, I'm here with you. You can start.
Okay, before we dive into today's main topics, could you please tell us briefly about yourself and how you started your wine journey?
So I started 17 years ago. It was a long way, and I think we don't have the time to explain each year what I do. But I work in a champagne company as a head sommelier 8 years already. And 4 years ago, we start our import project. So I'm here in this group.
And as far as I know, you also worked in Moscow as a sommelier, right? You started your journey there.
Yes, I started there 17 years ago. I was studying a famous Moscow sommelier school in Otria. It was first step. I studied 6 months there, and I work in a different premium restaurant in Moscow. I have to remember how many restaurants I changed because I'm not working in one place more than 2 years. So I changed maybe 4 restaurants in my career in Moscow, and all of them was one of the best and famous restaurant in city.
Okay, got it. And now you're here.
And now I'm here, 10 years I'm here already.
Mm-hmm. And now you're here at Champagne for 8 years now already.
Yes.
That's a good sign.
Yes.
Okay, so for today, our three key learning objectives are: first of all, we are going to understand Champagne's import strategy and how Italian wines are positioned within their portfolio. Second, we are going to explore how Champagne engages consumers through its restaurant, retail, store, and wine education programs. And also, we are going to learn how a sommelier sells and positions Italian wines in a premium restaurant setting. So let's dive in. As a start, I would like to ask you to break down the operational system of the group of companies where you work, most importantly, Champagne. So which channels and regions do you cover, and what is your main role within this company?
We start 4 years ago when we think to open our shop. In the beginning, we do direct distribution. First contract, we signed it 4 years ago. And we think that we need this wine just for ourselves, for our group, not for Horeca, retail, and other clients. So in the beginning, when we start to import Italian wines, we think about our group, our wine lists in all restaurants. So we don't think to go out from our company. So 4 years ago, we start. It was small quantity of wines. It was first to bring Italian wines, and then we continue to sell in our group. In 3 years ago, 2.5, I think, we opened our wine gallery shop in the middle of Almaty, and we also think to bring more Italian producers this time. So 1 year ago, we already understand that we have a little bit power to go outside from our group, and we start to work with premium restaurants in Almaty and the hotels. So now we not go out from Almaty. Our distribution line stay in Almaty, so we not work with the other city so hard like here. And in our portfolio restaurants, we have best places in Almaty like Del Mar, La Barca, fish restaurants, and we work with Ritz Carlton also. So a lot of famous name we have now.
Okay, got it. Thank you a lot. And let's move to your portfolio. So, how many producers do you currently import? And what is the percentage of those producers are Italian? And can you share maybe some names of Italian wineries do you currently represent?
We're a small company. We not have a lot of big names in our portfolio. We have, but not a lot. And Italian portfolio, it's one of the largest in our wine list, in our price list. We have 12 producers from different region, just two of them coming from Tuscany. It's Toarita, very famous name, and Fattoria Kappa. It's small guys and young, but they do fantastic job and wines. We cover it Piedmont with Borgogno. We cover it north of the Italy, Alto Adige with name Calterei Curtac. We work with nice names and family. It's called Duca di Dolly. They produce fantastic prosecco. Then we go to the Calabria. We have a producer from there, Ippolito. So it's nice family and they long time produce wine. Also, we have a famous producer from Apulia, Fellini. They do fantastic job, and our clients in Almaty, they like it so much, this region. We have a little bit wines from Veneto, little bit, but very famous name. Dal Forno Romano, it's Amarone, Valpolicella, and we signed with them first contract when we started thinking about import. Dal Forno was first contract with who we talk. It was difficult talk
I can imagine.
because they don't have a wine for Kazakhstan, and they sell everything before they produce, and I write them around 4 years to get allocation. Like this.
Okay, but it's very impressive. Like the first contract ever as an importer with Del Forno Romano.
Thank you.
That was a good start. I
Yeah,
think.
it's good start. Good start. We're still working with them. We are happy.
Okay, thank you. And could you please tell us what is your future plan for Italian wines and Italian wine categories? Are there any Italian wine categories or regions you think have the potential in Kazakhstan? And also, what are some of the wines you are planning to introduce soon?
It's a good question. In the beginning, Kazakhstan, it's a, how to say, it's a big part of Italian wines. I think because our clients, our guests in the restaurants, they like so much Italian wines from different regions. Of course, its famous region is Tuscany and Veneto. In the beginning, when I came to Kazakhstan, Italian wines was already famous here, and still. What's plan we want to do? We want to think about new producers. Our vision, we're not looking for so big company from any kind of countries or region. If we talk about Italy, we now looking to find it some small producers with a good quality, good history, and we're looking for winemakers who start to do job with organic and biodynamic way. So like this. Our future, maybe we sign contract with Franciacorta because now in the market, no Franciacorta.
Yeah, we talked about it actually with Roman from Ecotrade, and he told me the same. There is no Franciacorta available at the market. I told him a story that in Astana 2 years ago, I was trying to find Franciacorta. I found one. It was too expensive just for myself to buy and drink. So that is why I decided not to. But he told me that I was lucky because I could find one at that time.
Really it's difficult to find it. We have to push a little bit our clients to drink this fantastic region, fantastic Franciacorta. I think we need some help from this region, some help from producers, and like we do now in Italy. So if in this year or second we invite more producers from this region, it's a little bit open mind for our clients, I think. So we have to make some marketing with this region because for sommelier, these wines, Franciacorta is fantastic wines and If you ask me, you like Franciacorta, I will answer yes, of course, and because this is very good quality of Italian sparkling wine. I think it's the best Italian sparkling what I tried from this region. So we have to little bit do some marketing with Franciacorta.
So it should work both ways. I mean, the wine professionals here interested to work with this region.
But we're afraid. We're afraid because of the price, and we need some, like I say, some marketing help from the region.
I hope the Franciacorta Consortio will listen to our conversation. Okay, so right now, let's move on to your on premise projects. So, beyond importing and distributing wines, your group also connects directly with consumers through its own hospitality projects. So, could you tell us more about Champagne Wine Gallery and also Abay and Jewel restaurants, these two projects?
We can start with Champagne Wine Gallery. The conception of this beautiful wine shop. We think about this conception 5 years ago, and we opened the shop 3 years ago. So it's one of the biggest shop in Central Asia. We have 800 meters inside and around 6 or 7. I have to ask my friend who is director here. Position labels inside. So also conception was like inside we have sommelier school, we have a cigar rooms, and also inside we have a restaurant champagne. So this is like one project including three cigar rooms, shop, maybe four restaurant and wine school. So the idea was like this, and also the true about this shop was coming when we understand that each company here in Kazakhstan, I mean importers, they have a wine shop, but they sell just what they bring by themselves. They not looking for other importers. So this is a problem. It was a problem in Almaty. For example, if we talk about very famous company, Kazakhstan Wine Company, everybody know them. It's I think number one now in the market. So they opened the shops. It's called Brut, 3 or 4, I think three. But what they do, they sell just what they bring. Also, if we talk about Monte Bianco, beautiful company. I like them so much. KVS also. We work with them. But the idea, they sell just the wine they import by themselves. So our idea is organize all importers inside Champagne Wine Gallery. So let our clients make step inside the wine gallery and find what they want. Don't push them by our import. They have to choose. For example, they want Moet Chandon, they want Franciacorta or Prosecco, and they like some labels. For example, they coming to us and looking for Ruggeri, they buy it, Ruggeri Prosecco, but we not push them buying our import. But maybe next time they will buy our Prosecco. So idea, let the clients choose what they want. That's why we opened the big and largest shop. So if we start talking about restaurants in Koktube, Abay and Ju, so first we opened 8 years ago. It was 2017. It's a year when I came to work there. So this is a beautiful place, touristic place. We stay in the mountain, 1,100 meters up. And of course, there is a lot of clients from different countries coming and visit us. Abay, it's a Kazakh and Asian fusion cuisine. In Ju, it's European cuisine with element of Spanish food because our chef, Janara, she was working in Madrid. We put element of Spain in our cuisine. So this is very famous projects, and I have a lot of clients from different country, and most of them they ask Italian wines. If you looking my wine list, it's around 1,000 position inside, and I think 30% or 35% of all position inside wine list is Italian. I don't remember you asked me about the famous region in wine list.
Well, that would be nice. If you could share it with us, that would be nice too.
Yes, of course, we have around 5 very famous position when the guests don't need the sommelier. They ask always, it's first, it's Prosecco. Prosecco is number one. We sell it too much. I don't know really how many. I have to check it in my restaurant. But last year we sold around 2,600 bottle by the year. So this is how many pallets? 4 pallets we sell in one restaurant. So Prosecco is number one in the market, I think, also, if we talk about sparkling. And second in my restaurant is Pinot Grigio. It doesn't matter from which region. Alto Adige or Friuli or Veneto, so it doesn't matter. So the people prefer the grape, not acidity grape, light. So of course this is number two. The third, I think we're going to Tuscany Reds, Chianti. This is number three in my wine list for selling. So that a lot of people, clients, our guests, they know Tuscany and they know, of course, the famous name. The one of them, it's Chianti, of course. The number fourth, I don't know exactly, but in my cellars, I do good job with Vermentino from Liguria.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very nice because I think I like Vermentino so much. That's why I sell.
That's why you
That's
sell
why
it
I
so
sell
well.
it. Yes. Yes. And also we have a producer in our portfolio. I also run to him 2 years, and he gives for us wines. His name is Ivan Giuliani from Liguria. So the number five, I hope it will be Piedmont in the future. But now in number five, it's different region we sell.
Okay, got it. And thank you for such a good breakdown of what is selling well in the restaurants. Very practical information. Thanks a lot. And right now, let's move on to the clients, to the consumers. So, who are your typical consumers? What do we know about their age, interests, or gender wise? You already mentioned Abaya Nenju. You said that there are a lot of tourists. Is there anything else you could add about the consumers?
Of course, in a restaurant Abayanjud, we have a lot of tourists from different countries. I like that because, I always start to understand which country, which wine prefer. So I have a lot of clients, for example, from Europe. Of course, the people, they understand wines, how to produce, and they have a very good taste. So for me, as a sommelier, it's very nice to meet clients who understand wines when I have a talk with this guest. Not like guest just order wine and I escape. I like to be with guests all the time when he came from aperitif until he going out from our restaurant. And other clients, we have a local different clients and we have a high net worth customers. They prefer coming to our restaurants because they know me, they know our chef, they know our service, and of course, we try to do the best we can. And in my restaurants, I have a wine cellar downstairs. This is a private place. There is a 5,500 labels, and I have very expensive wine there. And if we talk about different clients, we have now the young generation, the people who just finished study, for example, in the Europe. They come back to family and they have a good job. They work as a manager, top manager here in Kazakhstan, and they really interesting for wine, and they have a money, of course, understand how to spend, and they really, like I say, the new generation, I think, for the future, the Italian wine's future, it's coming with them together hand by hand.
Okay, that is very promising to know. And I'm very happy to hear that we're going to have a new generation of wine consumers here, especially because everyone in the world is talking about Gen Z and the decline in wine consumption, especially among younger consumers. It's good to know. Okay, and let me move back to Champagne now. First of all, what I wanted to say, and I didn't want to interrupt you, I love the concept of the wine gallery. And as you said, your concept is not just selling your own wines, but also selling the wines from other importers. That is a very good concept, I think.
Yes, I think we let the other company think also working with other importers. So we have, I don't know how many, but a lot of wine shops in Almaty, because when we start talking, I not say that Almaty is a city where the wine culture start and continue. For example, if you're going to Astana, you not find a lot of wine places like in Almaty. You not find it sommelier. I think I don't know how many, but we have a lot of sommelier working in restaurants in Almaty. In Astana, you not find it in each restaurant sommelier who introduce wine list, who introduce Italian wines in the place. Like I say, Almaty, it's a very famous city in Kazakhstan, and you find a lot of wine places here and many restaurants here awarded by international magazines here in Almaty. Wine Spectator, also Gambera Rosso, and I think Vinitaly also do some fantastic job because we have a lot of wine producers who start thinking that Kazakhstan is not just for vodka and beer. Of course, this part of market is very big, and if wine take 10 or 5% from vodka in Kazakhstan, oh, we will be so happy.
Well, I hope maybe not taking from their market, but also working together. Why not working together with those who sell vodka and beer here? I think it's important to work together. And again, Champagne Wine Gallery, as I said, I like this concept because it brings everyone
Thank you.
to work together, which is very good. If we're looking at the big picture, it's very good for the market. It's not like each of the companies trying to sell just their own, but it's good to develop together.
Exactly, and they also will not say about our school. So the wine school inside Champagne Wine Gallery, our ideology, all distributor can come in a school and open his wines. So we open for anyone. So the school is a first step to make our clients more understandable wines because we start from beginning here in the school. We give information for our guests. Some of them sometimes also become very wine drinking.
And here I've got a question about the wine school. So, for example, let's say if Italian wineries that are not imported here, or maybe even Italian consortia. For example, you mentioned Franciacorta.
Okay.
If they, for example, text you or contact the school, reach out to you somehow, can they be featured in the classes that you give at your school, for example?
Of course they can. We think about this. We wait them. We need some, not some, we need all producers from Italy to present them in our school. So we can work together with our association of sommelier. This is good way do this job together. For example, wine producer from Franciacorta, he interesting to be in the market for future. But if he not coming alone, it will be maybe 3 or 4 wine producers from this region, and we have everything to be online, make it online presentation. So producers send it to us wines. It's possible, not too much, 6 bottles for person. So this is a logistic way it's working, and then we check the date and we do online presentation in our school. I think it's good step to let our sommelier understand the region if we talk about Franciacorta. So I think it's a good idea, and we have to push this idea together with any consortium of Italian wines and together with our school and Kazakhstan Association Sommelier.
Okay, that is also good to know that you are very open for the cooperation. Okay, we already talked about Abay and Inju. We already talked about cuisine. Right now, could you please recommend us some of the very nice wine pairings with traditional cuisine from Central Asia, not just Kazakh, Central Asia altogether, with Italian wines? What comes to your mind?
I can recommend a lot of dishes with a lot of Italian wines. I do this job every day, and this is a good wine pairing because Kazakh cuisine. We have a lot of meat in the dishes, so we like Italians. We eat horse meat, too much horse meat. I don't remember. In Veneto, horse meat is also popular.
Oh yeah, it is. It
Yeah,
is
yeah,
popular in Veneto, in some parts of Sicily too, like other southern Italian
exactly.
regions.
So if we talk about food pairing, I recommend beshparmak. We talk about the pasta, the fat pasta with the horse meat, with different pieces of meat inside this dish. And I like Italian Riesling so much from Piedmont. It's not grape, which is very popular in Italy, but for me it's very nice. But we can take, for example, not international grape, the local Timarasso. If we take Timarasso, white wines with a good acidity together with a fatty dish like beshparmak, it will be incredible in your mouth. You have to feel it. If we take other dish, it's called plov. Plov have some ingredients, little bit, spicy and sweet inside. It will be very nice to order it together with Alto Adige Gewürztraminer because this grape have little bit sweetness in the end of dry and very nice working together with plov. So these two wines is enough, or I can continue. You not stop me.
No, I think for now we're gonna be good. And
Okay.
others, I think, who is curious, you just visit Almaty and visit Abay and Inju restaurants. because as I already said, they're located in a very scenic spot in Almaty, a very touristic place. So that would be nice. And again, when I talked to Raman, I asked him a question about lesser known wines and brands in a premium dining environment. How difficult, how challenging is it to sell those wines?
Depends of the place, depends of the restaurant, as of course it depends of the person as a sommelier. So if we now talk about the private labels and expensive wines, we sell not a lot, it's not part of sell every day, but name like Sasikaya I sell each month, for example 3 bottles in a month. Last week one guest take away, not open in a restaurant, he take 4 bottles of Massetto 2019 vintage.
But they're kind of well known. But what about some lesser known brands or grapes, for example?
It's easy to sell when you have a sommelier inside your restaurant and he will explain and let guests understand what they drink. So it's easy when you explain for guests. For example, nobody know we have wine in our portfolio. Sauvignon Blanc is aging in acacia wood. It's fantastic Sauvignon Blanc, but guests not choose if sommelier not help him.
Mm-hmm.
And when he tried this wine, he's how to explain? If you like
He falls in
Sauvignon,
love.
yeah, if you like Sauvignon Blanc, of course you have to try different styles. But when the guest open wine list without sommelier, of course he will go in a part when he know exactly what he want. So we need to help for guests. This is our job, and I say for myself, give it to me any Italian wines, and I sell these wines in my place. This depends of the style, depends of the food. Everything is working together.
And also, if you're a Vermentino from Liguria, it helps with Alexander because we already know he likes it.
Yes, this is my grape. I like it so much.
Okay, and it's almost time for us to wrap it up. But before we do that, I've got 3 rapid questions for you just to finish our conversation, to put the final full stop to our today's episode. So, the first one, what's one key thing Italian wineries should keep in mind when entering the market?
As I already said, it's a good way to introduce Italian wines and producers to make festival of wines. Wine fest is like Vinitaly, Gambara Rosso, or maybe others. So my restaurants also my place in the mountain is very famous, like I also say before, and we talk about a Bayan and Jew restaurant, but we forget to say that we have a cook to be hall also in the mountain. This is place for 500 person. We can make celebration and any events inside. So this is like first class of the banquet hall in Kazakhstan. We opened just 2 years ago. Everything is new inside. Why I say about this? So we invite all the producers inside this place. We can organize together with Italian group of producers or consortiums together some Italian fest, not like Vinitaly and Gambare Rosso, something different. Because if you see our importers, a lot of importers have inside his portfolio Italian wines, each one. So if each importer invite his producers to Almaty and we make it this face in a place like I say in our mountain, it's called Koktube Hall, it will be great. This is some idea for future.
But also, like the wines that are not imported yet, the wineries that are not imported
Yes,
yet.
exactly. We can do some part of the places in this festival for new sourcing importers, producers like this.
Mhm. Okay, got it. Thank you for your answer. And again, if you could introduce one new wine trend or grape variety to Kazakhstan, what would it be and why?
It's a good question. We have to try bring all grape from Italy to Kazakhstan and introduce all styles of wine.
I mean, I'm not against that. We're not against that. That would be great.
Looking for portfolio our distributors and importers. I think we have a lot of regions from Italy which we cover it in our portfolio. We not cover it Franciacorta, like I say. We not cover it place like Calabria, Basilicata. No, we have Basilicata, but small quantity of producers. I think one or two. So I don't know how to answer for this question. I think it will be all wine grapes interesting for our market. I wanna do some fest, like I say before, for your question, I answer for your question, that it will be really great to organize each region coming and make it fest in Almaty and open the wine, which we maybe not tried before.
Okay. Okay, got it. Thank you. And the third question, which is not related to wine. So actually, if suddenly you've got an allergy on alcohol, if you weren't working in wine, what other profession or industry could you see yourself in?
I think I will be coach in a football team, maybe because I study before a little bit, and maybe I organize some events, like I say, organize events, wine events. Why not? I cannot drinking there,
Just watching.
just watching. And what I do now, for example, I not drink too much, and this is a way because I'm going to sport gym. So maybe I can become in the future some coach of gym. Also, I don't know. I don't think about it. I will stay in my job.
Got it. And we hope that in the future, everything will be great with your job and you will not even have a possibility to consider something else.
Thank you very much. And I want to say for Italian producers, they also have to invite our sommelier to the region to make some fest inside Italy, because for us it's not difficult to get a visa and going to Italy. So some regions they already do. For example, in Sardinia, they do some fantastic wine fest and they invite person from different countries. And these regions, they pay everything and close tickets and hotels for these clients. So this is also important. It's my opinion.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Alexander. That was a very fun conversation and
you.
also very practical. Thank you for all the breakdowns. Hope to see you in Almaty on 7th of July.
I will be there,
Definitely.
of course. I already registered.
Okay, that's nice. That's good to know. Okay, thank you so much
You're
and ciao.
welcome. Ciao, ciao.
Thanks for listening to Asia Wine Market Almaty Special Edition. Don't forget to subscribe and follow the Italian Wine Podcast wherever you get your pods. And if you are curious to discover more about the Central Asian wine scene, join us at the Venetli Kazakhstan Roadshow on July 7th. See you in the next episode. And until then, cheers from Almaty.